हॅलो
हॅलो मॅम.
आवाज येतोय?
हो मॅम.
कारण ऍक्च्युली माझं कॉलेजला सुपरविजन होतं, सो लेक्चर नाही झालं. मी तुमचे मेसेजेस पाहिले बऱ्याच स्टुडंट्सचे, पण फोन पण नव्हता माझ्याकडे सुपरविजन मध्ये असल्यामुळे. झालं आता नाहीये काही, आता रेग्युलर लेक्चरच म्हणून. आन्सर्स मी तुमचे आज उद्यामध्ये चेक करते, तुम्ही दुसऱ्या दिवशी पाठवलेले, आणि रिप्लाय करते. ठीक आहे?
हो मॅम.
काही प्रॉब्लेम आला का लिहिण्यात? हे येत नाही, ते येत नाही, समजलं नाही, कोणत्या क्वेश्चन मध्ये काही प्रॉब्लेम आला? एनीवन हॅज नॉट एबल टू राईट डाऊन दॅट आन्सर, और किंवा मिळालं नाही, ऍफोरिझम कळाला नाही, एनी प्रॉब्लेम? ऑर्गेनॉनचा पेपर बघितला का? Nobody is here?
नाही बघितलं मॅम.
नाही बघितला? बरं, मी आज शेअर करते. ठीक आहे. So I think it is clear to you up to the aphorism number 108. काही डाऊट आहे याच्यात 108 पर्यंत?
नो मॅम.
Shall we start? झाले? आले सगळे पार्टिसिपेंट? स्टार्ट करायचं? हॅलो, एम आय ऑडिबल?
येस मॅम.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have started a topic that is a drug proving. We have seen the definition of drug proving. We have seen why it should not be conducted on the sick person. Why we are doing the drug proving, that intention we have seen. What is the reason behind that drug proving, that we have seen. Then we have seen in the aphorism number 107 that we are prescribing single medicine at a time. Then 108 we have seen the moderate doses should be given, and medicine should be given to the healthy person only. The reason also we have seen why it should be given to the healthy person. After that, we have completed the footnote also, where Dr. Haniman has given the one person. What name क्या है उसका?
Albert von Haller.
Yes. So in which footnote it is given? That footnote was not available on that day, na? Okay. So he was the person that he again
मेडिसिनची फुटनोट होते
बरोबर
नाही मेडिसिन
प्रोड्यूस मेडिसिन असा एक शब्द होता ना तो काहीतरी आठवतं का?
प्रोड्यूस होतं प्रोड्यूस
हा प्रोड्यूस
91 ऑफर 91 फुटनोट
सो तो एकच पर्सन होता की ही वॉज फॉलोइंग अँड ही कन्सिडर दॅट की दिस इज द राईट पाथ टू प्रूव्ह इट ऑन द हेल्दी ह्युमन बिंग. सो 109 पर्यंत मला असं वाटतं आपलं कम्प्लीट झालंय. बरोबर आहे ना? Albert von Haller. He was the person who considered the drug proving like that of Dr. Hahnemann, it should be proved on the healthy human beings. So now today we will start aphorism number 110. 109 मध्ये काय सांगितलंय की Hahnemann said that I was the first person who opened up this path to prove the medicine on the healthy human being. Why? Because we are giving the medicine to the healthy human being, and this is the blessing to the humanity if you are proving the medicine on the healthy human being. The employment of medicine will be easy. The cure of the human maladies will be possible only by this method. Somebody please read this 110. Who will read? Priyanka Chaudhary. Shweta Patil. Pranjali.
Yes, ma'am.
Read this aphorism 110.
Yes, ma'am. I saw, moreover, that the morbid legends which previous authors had observed to result from medicinal substances were taken into the stomach of healthy persons, either in large doses given by mistake or in order to produce death in themselves or others, or under other circumstances, accorded very much with my own observations when experimenting with the same substances on myself and other healthy individuals. These authors give details of what occurred as histories of poisoning and as proofs of the pernicious effects of these powerful substances, chiefly in order to warn others from their use, partly also for the sake of exalting their own skill when under the use of the remedies then employed to combat these dangerous accidents. Healthy gradually return, but partly also when the person so affected died under their treatment. In order to seek their own justification in the dangerous characters of these substances, which yes, ma'am.
नाही read. Where sure?
Which they then term poisons. None of these observers other dream that the symptoms they recorded merely as proofs of the noxious and poisonous characters of these substances were sure revelations of the powers of these drugs to extinguish curatively similar symptoms occurring in natural disease. That these their pathogenic phenomena were intimations of their homeopathic curative actions, and that the only possible way to ascertain their medicinal powers is to observe those changes of health medicines are capable of producing in the healthy organism. For the pure peculiar powers of medicines available for the cure of disease are to be learned neither by any ingenious prior speculations, nor by the smell, taste, or appearance of the drugs, nor by their chemical analysis, nor yet by the employment of several of them at one time in a mixture in disease. It was never suspected that these histories of medicinal diseases would one day furnish the first rudiments of the true pure materia medica, which from the earliest times until now has consisted solely of phase conjectures and fictions of the imagination. That is to say, did not exist at all.
Yes, thank you so much for reading such a long aphorism. So what is given in this aphorism? It's very easy. And you have learned this in the first year. Can anybody give me a little idea about this aphorism? A hint we have seen in one aphorism, that is a 107. And that is, we can say that, this is the elaboration of that aphorism. Anyone can try? Anyone wants to try, or anyone wants to give the answer? What is given in this aphorism? No one? Arey? No one is here? No one wants to try? Say yes or no. No one? Okay. I saw, moreover, that the morbid lesions which previous authors had observed to result from medicinal substance which taken into the stomach of the healthy persons, either in a large doses given by mistake or in order to produce the death in themselves or other. So we have seen this in the aphorism number 107. The 2 points we have seen for the drug proving. In the proving, we are giving the moderate doses and to the healthy human being. So what he said here, if the large doses you are giving either by mistake or to produce the certain changes in the health, in the empty stomach, what will happen? Under these circumstances, means when you are giving the larger doses, accorded very much with my own observation, he said that when the physicians are giving the larger doses, what I have observed when experimenting with the same substance on myself, because Dr. Hahnemann has proved many number of drugs on himself and other healthy individuals. So he said that I have observed the dangerous effect of that particular drug when he is taking in the larger doses. These authors give the details of what occurred as histories of poisoning. So they say, he said that कि मैंने तो खुद पे भी किया है, लेकिन जो हेल्दी इंडिविजुअल ने लार्ज डोजेस लेके जो ड्रग प्रूविंग किए हैं, they said that it was nothing but the poisoning. And as a proof of pernicious effect, pernicious means it's a long standing and a dangerous effect वहां पे होता है because of such powerful substances, chiefly in order to warn others from their use. And that's why he said that I am warning others, those who want to do the drug proving on the healthy human being with the larger doses. This is the warning. This is nothing but the poisoning, and this is a persisting poisoning. Partly also for the sake of exalting their own skill. They are not using their skill in a proper way. if you are giving the medicine in the larger doses, when under the use of remedies they employ it to combat these dangerous accidents. So under the use of remedy, so when you are using the this medicine as a remedy to fight against the different diseases, the health gradually return. लेकिन वहां पे क्या होगा, कभी कभी तो हेल्थ ठीक हो जाएगी, but partly also, here also we use the word partly also, for the he is not using his skill properly to use such larger doses as a remedy to fight against natural diseases. तो वहां पे for some time the health may return, but sometime what will happen, there may be the death of that particular person when the person so affected died under their treatment. So इसका for justification क्या देते हैं फिर, in order to seek their own justification in a dangerous character of this substance, they then term poisons. So they are proving the medicine in the larger doses. The effect is that is a persisting poisoning is occurring. After that, they are giving that drug as a medicine, as a remedy to the patient. Sometimes the health is returned, but sometimes the person die. And when the person die, they are giving the justification that this is the dangerous effect of the medicine that we term as a poisoning. This is not our fault. This is the fault of that medicine. लेकिन medicine prove किसने की है, medicine दी किसने है, वो उसका justification नहीं देते हैं. They are blaming on the medicines. None of these observers ever dreamed that the symptoms they recorded merely as proof of noxious and poisonous character of these substances were sure relations of the power of these drugs to extinguish curatively similar symptoms occurring in the natural disease. So none of these observers, यानी जो physician है, they are not observing. They only dream that the symptoms they recorded, etc. So these physicians are blaming to the medicines. They are not observing the proper effect. They only dream that the symptoms they recorded merely as a proof of a noxious and poisonous character of these substances. हमने जो recording की है medicine के, that is वो symptoms जो आए थे उसके depend on that we have given the medicine, and वो उसमें curative medicines ही, curative substances ही थे, लेकिन पता नहीं वो पॉइजन कैसे हो गए एंड द पर्सन डाई. सो दे आर नॉट observing it properly. If the person die, they are blaming on the medicines only. The proof of noxious and poisonous character of these substances were sure relations to the power of these drugs to extinguish curatively similar symptoms occurring in the natural disease. That these are pathogenetic phenomena where the intimations of their homeopathic curative action, and that the only possible way to ascertain the medicinal power to observe those changes of health medicine are capable of producing in the healthy organism for pure peculiar power of medicines available for the cure of disease are to be learned neither by indigenous or prior speculation or by the smell. So इतने सारे lines में उन्होंने इतना ही कहा है कि if you want to know the pathogenetic phenomena of that particular disease. If you want to cure the disease, so the similar medicine should be given. We have to observe the medicinal power. We have to observe the changes that are occurring in the health. The medicine which is capable of producing the changes in the healthy human being only in the moderate doses, not in the larger doses. So वहाँ पे when you are proving the medicine, सिर्फ वहाँ पे smell लेके या कोई speculations पे या appearance of the drug या test से या फिर chemical analysis से ये सब से ये problem solve नहीं होगी. The several prescriptions should not be given at a time, and the larger doses should not be given at a time. It was never suspected that these histories of medicinal disease would one day furnish the first rudiment true materia medica. लेकिन अगर ये लोग ऐसे ही करेंगे कि only by test, only by their speculation, only by the appearance of drug, only by chemical analysis, if they are giving the medicine in the larger doses, soon their materia medica will be a rudiment. Rudiment means which is not good one. So उनका जो materia medica बनेगा, that will not contain the good amount of the drugs, and the second thing is that the drug will not be able to cure the disease, which from the earliest time until now has considered solely of the fall congestion and fictions of imagination, that is to say did not exist at all. So उनका जो materia medica बन रहा है, which is based on the larger doses, which is based on the medicine by chemical analysis, by appearance, by taste, by smell, and by their speculations. So that materia medica will not be exist anymore. That materia medica or that medicines will not be helpful to cure the patient. And always they have to give the justification that this is a dangerous character of the substance. This is the poison. We cannot help it. Why? Because previously जैसे record हुआ था वैसे ही on the basis of that we have given the medicine. It is not our fault. It is only the fault of that medicine. So they are not observing it properly and they dreaming that by giving the larger doses, by giving the such a poisonous drug, they want to cure the patient. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
इतना लंबा aphorism था ये, समझा है क्या सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the footnote. See what I had said on the subject in the examination of sources of ordinary materia medica. So that is not nothing to teach. Okay. Clear everyone? 110. Niranjan, Nikita, Komal, Deepak,
Yes, ma'am.
Priyanka,
Yes, ma'am.
Anjali,
Yes, ma'am.
Tejasvi.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is given in this aphorism? What is given?
हॅनमॅननी वॉर्न केलंय म्हणजे दुसऱ्या फिजिशियनला की ज्यांच्या जे लार्जर डोस यूज करत होते आणि त्याच्यामुळे बॅड इफेक्ट्स येत होते पेशंट मध्ये आणि नंतर ते फिजिशियन म्हणत होते की हे नथिंग बट ते मेडिसिनचा इफेक्ट आहे पॉइझनस.
बरोबर, म्हणून लार्ज डोसेस मध्ये मेडिसिन प्रूव्ह करायची नाही. ठीक आहे. We are learning here the investigation of pathogenetic power of medicine. मग त्याच्याकरता हे वेगवेगळे वेज हनीमननी सांगितलेले आहेत त्या काळात काय काय होत होतं. Now 111. Komal, read.
The agreement of my observation on the pure effect of the medicine with these older ones, although they were recorded without reference to any therapeutic object, and the very coordinates of this account with other of the same kind of different author must easily convince us that medicinal substances act in the morbid changes they produced in the healthy human body according to fixed external laws of nature, and by virtue of these are unable to produce certain reliable disease symptoms, each according to its own peculiar character.
Okay. The agreement of my observation on a pure effect of medicine with the older one, यानी एलोपैथी से उन्होंने फिर यहाँ पे कंपेयर किया है. Although they are recorded without reference of any therapeutic object, again he is blaming on them how they are recorded, because we have seen in the previous aphorism they are doing the chemical analysis or they are speculations पे depend होके they are proving that therapeutic object, and they were concordance of these accounts with others of the same kind of different author must easily convince us that medicinal substances act in the morbid changes they produce in the healthy human body according to the fixed eternal law of nature, and by virtue of these they are enabled to produce certain reliable disease symptoms, each according to their own peculiar character. So what he is observed कि my observation यानी डॉक्टर हनीमन का ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या है कि प्योर इफेक्ट ऑफ द मेडिसिन विथ दीज ओल्डर वन, यानी जो इफेक्ट आ रहा है मेडिसिन का इट इज जो प्योर इफेक्ट है विच इज नॉट ऑब्जर्व इन द एलोपैथी, जो पहले उन्होंने प्रूव किया था एलोपैथी वालों ने, और हमारा जो ऑब्जर्वेशन है इट इज टोटली डिफरेंट. Although they were recorded without reference, क्योंकि उनका रेफरेंस कुछ भी नहीं है, थेरेपेटिक ऑब्जेक्ट जो प्रूव कर रहे हैं they do not have any reference, and hence our observation and the older school observation it is totally different. They very concordance on these account with others of the same kind with a different author. वो उनका ही उनका कंट्रोवर्सी होती है, एक ऑथर एक ऑब्जर्व करता है, दूसरा ऑथर दूसरा ऑब्जर्व करता है और easily convince us, और लेकिन वो हमको क्या बोलते हैं, दो their observations are different but they easily convince क्या करते हैं हमको कि medicinal substance जो है when they are acting on the healthy human being according to their fixed nature they can produce the certain reliable disease symptom according to their peculiar character. ये उन्होंने ड्रग प्रूविंग करके एक थ्योरी बनाई है, that is the older physician. Now what is given in the 112? In those older prescription of often dangerous effect, ये तो उन्होंने अच्छी थ्योरी दी है कि the medicines will act on the healthy human being with a fixed eternal law and they will produce reliable signs and symptoms. लेकिन उसके बाद उन्होंने क्या कहा है, in those older prescriptions यानी old school के जो prescription है often dangerous effect. क्यों often dangerous है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो मेडिसिन प्रूव कर रहे हैं they are not the potentized one. Ingested in a excessively larger dose that we have noticed. So theory तो उनकी अच्छी है लेकिन उसमें वो गड़बड़ क्या कर रहे हैं, they are giving excessively larger doses. We notice certain state that they were produced. So larger doses से क्या होगा, the state which is produced not at the commencement but towards the termination of the sad event. So शुरुआत में तो ठीक रहता है उनका ड्रग प्रूविंग, बट एट द एंड दे आर प्रोड्यूसेस द पॉइजनस इफेक्ट of which were exactly opposite nature to those of the first appeared. यानी पहले वो पेशेंट को कुछ भी सिम्टम्स अगर नहीं आ रहे होंगे तो लास्ट में उसको डेंजरस सिम्टम्स आएंगे and this may lead to the death of that person. So we have seen this in the form of primary action and secondary action. Secondary counter action में हमने ये देखा था. These symptoms very reverse of the primary action. So we have seen that primary action means what?
Action of medicine.
Action of medicine. So पहली जो action देगी वो totally opposite रहेगा to that of the secondary. Secondary action will be totally opposite to that of the primary action. सेकेंडरी एक्शन किसकी एक्शन है?
Immunity.
नहीं. Primary action is the action of,
Medicine.
and secondary action is the action of
Disease.
vital force
Vital.
or proper action of medicine on the vital force of the reaction of the vital force of the organism. So its secondary action is totally opposite to that of the primary action. There is a seldom or hardly ever least stress from the experiments with the moderate doses on the healthy bodies. लेकिन हम moderate doses अगर देते हैं या small doses देते हैं, so the secondary action will hardly or seldom opposite to that of the primary action. In the homeopathic curative operation, the living organism react from these only so much as to requisite to raise the health again to normal healthy state. So अगर homeopathic medicine आप देते हो, so primary action हम medicine को act करने देते हैं, but in the secondary action the vital force को energy मिल जाती है and only requisite इतना ही वहाँ पे सिम्टम्स का एग्रीवेशन होता है कि जितना चाहिए. थर्ड ऑब्जर्वेशन जो है केन का उसमें दिया है कि देयर इज अ स्लाइट एग्रीवेशन एंड देन द पेशेंट फील्स बेटर. सो उतना ही एग्रीवेशन होगा जितना हमारे बॉडी को रिक्विजिट है. एंड आफ्टर दैट द वाइटल फोर्स विल बी फ्री फ्रॉम द नेचुरल डिसीज एज वेल एज द आर्टिफिशियल डिसीज एंड द हेल्थ रिस्टोर अगेन. द पर्सन इज बिकेम इन अ हेल्दी स्टेट. So the secondary action हमारी होती है curative action. It is not the opposite to that of the primary action. We have seen a lot of example कि जल गया है तो हम गर्म पानी में हाथ डालेंगे. After that it will inflame again. So primary action में patient को अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन secondary action में वो जो burning है, जो जलन है, it increases again. लेकिन if you are this is totally opposite in the homeopathic treatment. यहाँ पे secondary action जो रहेगी वो soothing रहेगी. It will not causes any more inflammation. They are giving the purgatives for the constipation. In the primary action, patient feels better, but after that this constipation increases and this may leads to the further complications. लेकिन secondary curative action में क्या होगा? हम purgatives नहीं देंगे. We will treat the constipation with the similar medicines. The medicine which produces the similar type of constipation but with the higher intensity. So the artificial disease will overpower the natural disease and the health will be restored. वहाँ पे उसको complications, spinal fistula ये सब कुछ नहीं होगा. And hence by proving the medicine, if you are giving the moderate doses or the smaller doses, यहाँ पे भी primary and secondary action opposite नहीं होगा. So drug proving से ही इनका defect है. They are giving the larger doses and that's why they are having the reverse actions. Clear? So medicine हमेशा
Yes, ma'am.
smaller dose या फिर moderate dose पे ही prove करनी है. That is the reason he has given कि why the dose should be moderate or the dose should be smaller one. Otherwise the जो secondary action रहेगी it will be totally opposite to that of the primary action. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The meeting will over within few seconds. Rejoin immediately. Now here in the 113, he has given about the narcotic medicines. Before that is in the 1112, we have seen that rule ki the smaller and the moderate doses should be given for the general medicines. Now here there is some exception for the narcotic medicines. What do you mean by narcotic medicines? What are narcotic medicine? अभी आपने ये word बहुत सुना होगा 2 महीने पहले. Narcotic bureau, narcotic department. What is this narcotic medicine? You have learned the